Okay, excellent. So first off, thanks everybody for taking some time to join this webinar. The goal here is to provide beginners, anybody who maybe has just signed up or is on a free trial, an overview of the Creator Hub, our core services. Sorry about that little bit of a technical glitch. Okay, great. So let's go ahead and get started. This is the Creator Hub here, and you'll see as soon as you log in a lot of information. So Pietra aims to be the single platform that you use to operate and launch and scale your e-commerce business. So included in any paid membership with Pietra is access to a number of really powerful tools that I'll cover in quite a bit of detail today. So first off, just going along these tiles, and this is what you'll see after you complete your account sign up, is access to a sourcing network with no fees. So we're connecting you to a network of over 1,500 factories across a variety of merchandise categories. We offer order fulfillment services as well. So in addition to providing access to the sourcing network, we operate a full service 3PL, third party logistics company. So if you decide to move forward with us and use this for fulfillment, we can handle all of your orders and will automatically fulfill any orders from your Shopify store. We have a number of really cool marketing tools that are included in your membership as well. So this is going to include an email list builder or audience capture tool. You might have heard of that before if you're in the marketing world. Will enable you to collect emails from website traffic to your website. We have a tool called Retail Connect, which allows you to identify physical stores who you could partner with to do wholesale orders or to sell your merchandise in their store. A couple of social analysis tools that we call Pietra Pulse, which allow you to track industry data and hire influencers. A really powerful AI content creation studio. And then lastly, a little bit of financing as well. This is typically going to apply to larger, more established brands. Again, this webinar, while I want to be helpful to everybody, is going to be most helpful to folks who are just getting started. Maybe you have an idea, you saw a social media ad to join us and you became interested. You maybe have never launched a business before or launched a product before. This is going to be the right forum for you. And again, I encourage you to use the chat and ask questions along the way if there's anything you'd like me to double click on or be a little bit more specific about. If you're running into a specific question or hurdle with your project, I am here to be a resource for you. Okay, so going along the left side, this menu here is collapsible and you can expand it as well. A lot of the same information as you saw on these tiles: sourcing, fulfillment, storefront. So in addition to access to all of these tools, we do provide you a really simple storefront website that you can use to sell directly to your customers. That's included in your membership as well. Marketing tools, analytics. We provide a number of unique dashboards that you can customize to help yourself make business decisions and keep tabs on the health of your business. Product ideations tool. We'll get started with this one in just a minute. Education. The Pietra Copilot is kind of like an AI assistant that walks you through a couple of the steps that I'm going to be showing you today. Rewards points, which can be used to make future purchases on the platform. And then here we have some account maintenance as well. One important note here is everybody who wants to use Pietra is going to have to select a paid plan at some point. We do provide a free 2-week trial. And if you're on a free plan, you'll also be able to, browse the site, but you will need to pick one of these plans if you want to use any of our tools. So we offer 2 plans for beginners. The Essentials plan is going to be our best self-service plan, and it includes access to all the tools that you see with slightly higher order fulfillment fees, live chat support as opposed to phone support, and then some more limited access to the marketing tools. The business membership is going to be a full access membership that provides unlimited access to the marketing tools, access to premium support, lower fulfillment costs, and then you'll also get that access to the financing available to purchase orders, and access to order protection with quality control if you decide to use us for order production. Okay, so if you are just getting started and you maybe have come with an idea or some images or even drawings of the product that you want to create, but you don't know exactly what that is, the product ideation tool is going to be a great place to start. And all of these pages, the first time you visit them, should have a nice little video to walk you through some of these key aspects of what you're seeing here. And basically what we have done here is built a product design studio that can help you generate images of the product that you may want to create for you to eventually share with one of our suppliers who can make that item for you. So right here, you'll see turn your ideas into products, and there are a couple of ways that you can do that. So first off, and if folks just have a general idea of the type of product that they want to create. Maybe you know the product category, but you don't have an exact vision for what that should be yet. I would just encourage you to browse for the merchandise category. And I'm going to make this be a sunglasses brand. So imagine I want to source sunglasses from either a lower cost or higher cost factory. What I'm going to need to get that process started is some images that I can use to share with my supplier. Okay. Just scrolling through here, we have a number of AI-generated images from our suppliers' catalogs. And I might have found one that I like. Let's say I want to go for something a little bit sportier here. I can select that as a starting point. And this is actually going to pre-populate a product template that you can use to create some images using our AI generative content studio here. A couple of other quick notes. The public gallery here is some additional images, again, gathered from all different sources online. If you create any of your creations, they will automatically be saved here. And then our labs allow you to refine the images once you have generated them. So I'm going to focus here on the product template. So I have an aluminum magnesium half frame sunglasses, and you might have seen that I selected an image that had a yellow lens. Well, I'm going to call this a light purple lens, just to give you some flavor of how custom we can get here. And right now the tool is thinking. It might take a minute or two, but just give it a little bit of time to generate these images. And as soon as those populate, you'll have the ability to customize them a little bit further. If there's one that you like, you can select that one and use this as your base template. Now, there are quite a few tools here, and we provide quite a bit of detail as far as what would go into making this product, as well as some construction specifications. Just keep in mind when you're generating these images that this is really a starting point for you to use as a kind of reference image to discuss a project with a supplier. It's always best to discuss the details with a supplier, but this could give you a really great starting point if you have a general idea of what you want to make, but you don't maybe have a tech pack or a specific product design or illustration created yet. I'll ask again in the thread, the chat or the Q&A, has anybody started creating their product? Is anybody at the phase of chatting with the supplier? I'd love to know where the group is currently at so I can ensure you're getting the most out of the webinar today. So feel free to hop in the chat and let me know if there are any specific questions. I'm happy to answer them for you here. Otherwise, I'll just keep moving on. Excellent. Glad to see you signed up for the trial, Alice. Okay. Additionally here, some pretty cool tools that allow you to create product measurements. You can annotate those, add measurements. And these will all automatically save, which is great. And then when you're ready, what we've done here is suggest some partner factories who are a good match for this product design that you've created. And if you want to, just select work with the supplier. We'll pre-populate this form. You will send a message to them. And what this is going to do is it is going to start up a conversation with that supplier. You can see Benji team a supplier that is part of the Pietra network. I've already pre-populated an image, and what I've done here is started up a discussion with this supplier so I can talk about the project in more detail. Okay, so again, a really great tool for any beginner who might not yet have a specific product in mind, or maybe you want to start by uploading a reference image here from your computer if you have a sketch, or another reference maybe from a brand online that you look up to and you want to make products that are similar to those. That'll happen a lot in fitness for folks wanting to, replicate Lululemon or ASOS or something like that. You can definitely start with a reference image and use that as your starting point. Okay, great. Yes, and Junior, in exactly the right place. The idea here is for us to provide an overview. We also have a ton of self-service videos here under education. We have specific webinars that are focused on sourcing. So beyond today, there's so much to cover that it can't be covered in just one 45-minute session. I would strongly encourage everybody who's really just getting started to visit the education tab and view some of these 101 workshops and videos. We record a number of our webinars. It can be a great place to start here. And then we also have some step-by-step guides. And then in our FAQ section, we have a really helpful getting started guide that focuses on all of the tools that you should be using as a beginner. So check out these getting started guides. These are some really quick sign-up videos that allow you to sign up for some of our tools in just a matter of 5 minutes. You'll see here is a sign-up tool for Pulse. We'll get into that. I'll do a live overview of that in just a minute. But just know that there's a ton of resources here. We want to be the single place that you need to visit to get started. Okay, so before I close out on the product design tool here, as I mentioned, all of your product designs are going to be saved. And then if you select on more options here, we're actually going to provide you some other templatized design options. So if you're looking for something that's a little bit more off the shelf, you're not reinventing the wheel, this could be a great place to start. We'll suggest some partner factories here. And then actually what I wanted to focus on in this section is you can actually post your designs or any ideas as a what's called a custom product request, where you fill out this simple form, share some information about your retail price. I saw a question about MOQs. We'll ask you for your minimum order quantities for your production run, a little bit about your budget, whether you're looking for something that's more readily available or something completely custom. And then you can submit this form. And what that's actually going to do is share your product idea with multiple factories at once. They'll review your project proposal, and then any responses will show up here in the supplier inbox. Okay, so that could be a really great way to get your idea out to multiple suppliers at once. And again, if they think they can do a good job taking on your project, they'll respond to you here, and you can have a detailed discussion with them about the scope of your project and what details are important to you, and they'll eventually generate an invoice for you to purchase the sample. Okay, so this is all product ideation, again, with the goal of creating an image, a reference image that you can use as a starting point to discuss your project with your supplier. Okay. So the next thing after that, really two things here. So let's go to sourcing. There are a couple ways to access the sourcing homepage. You can click on this left-hand menu or click source with no fees. And this is going to take you to our sourcing homepage. And basically what we have here is kind of a social media listing of the over 1,500 factories that are part of Pietra's supplier network. So this is one thing that really makes Pietra stand out, is that we have a vetted marketplace of factories who you can partner with to get your designs made. And this will include everything from merchandise and activewear to children's apparel and baby products, to shoes and sunglasses like I'm demonstrating today, to beauty, leather goods, fitness, and more. And one important thing to note is that we are actually connecting you to the factories themselves. These are not brokers who are going to be charging you additional middleman fees or anything like that. We're connecting you directly to a network of factories around the world who can make items for you, and they make items for household brands that you likely know already. So as one bit of homework, I'll say for the folks on this call, especially if you are a beginner, I would just encourage you to spend 30 to 45 minutes browsing through this part of the website, the sourcing homepage, and focusing in again on your product category, exploring this. We'll give you some tips along the way. And if there are any factories that sound interesting to you, simply click into them and explore their supplier profile page. They provide quite a bit of information about, how long they've been in business, where they're based. If they worked with any notable brands in the past, you can see this particular brand, Yegem Apparel, has done projects for Free People, Levi's, Shein, and other brands. They'll give you a snapshot of their catalog. And also, this really is just going to be a snapshot. Even if you don't see your exact preferred product here, you can always reach out to them and ask about their additional capabilities, okay? And this is going to pull up a supplier chat just like the one we created when we submitted our sunglasses design tool, or designed from the design tool. Okay. So in addition to browsing through the full supplier marketplace, you can always search by product category or type here. And this will generate a number of results for you. If you're looking for a specific geographic region, we'll sort out for you. If you're looking for production minimums or sampling price ranges, we can also filter by those parameters, okay? One other item to note is that in addition to product factories, Pietra also works with packaging factories around the world. So if you are planning on launching a product and you are excited to have whether it's custom poly mailers or custom stickers or inserts to go along with that product, we also connect you with the packaging suppliers who can create really nice custom packaging for you that can help showcase the value of your brand by having that on the packaging and potentially an insert and elsewhere. Furthermore, if you're looking for a little bit of creative help, so maybe you're looking for help creating a tech pack if your design is a little bit more detailed, or you need help making a logo, or you're looking for some photography help, Pietra also lists freelancers and creative services professionals who you can hire to do some of this work for you if you're looking for a little bit of help getting your project off the ground. So we have really good luck with creators who are maybe looking for help making tech packs specifically if they're working in the fashion world, for example. Some really great options here. These, of course, will be done just like your purchases on the platform will be in addition to your membership. You'll hire these folks on an hourly basis and discuss the scope of the project and their rate directly. Lastly here, we have a number of website developers as well. So if you're planning on launching an e-commerce business, you will need a website at some point. While Pietra offers a website included in your membership, probably best to create a Shopify site at some point. It really does offer the best templates, the best integrations, and the best way to handle all of your incoming orders. So homework number 2 is to decide, where you're going to host your website and get a Shopify site going when you're ready to take that on. Okay, so just a couple of other points of navigation here in the sourcing homepage. So custom project requests. We mentioned this earlier when we were discussing the design studio. If you, rather than browse through the supplier network, you would prefer to share your project idea with multiple factories at once, you can definitely do that. And the way to do that is by pulling up the custom project request form. You describe your project, submit the form, and then that's going to push your project idea out to multiple factories at once. And then if those factories are excited to take on your project, they'll respond, and all those responses will show up in the inbox here. Inbox is very easily filterable and sortable if you're working on multiple projects at once. And then anytime you're ready to make a purchase from a supplier, they will generate an invoice in the system, which you can pay directly through supplier or through Pietra, excuse me. And then when that order is in process, you'll see the progress here. You'll get the tracking information, and all that information will be provided by the supplier. Okay. Couple of additional banners over here, helpful services that we provide in addition to sourcing. I want to call out factory quality audits here. So we actually have a team. If you are interested in performing a quality inspection before your items leave the factory, you can definitely hire Pietra to do that for you. This will typically happen after you purchase the production run from your supplier. We can actually hire auditors to go into the factory, inspect the production, and make sure that all of your quality standards are met before those items go out the door. So that can be a really great way to provide yourself some assurance that your items are being made exactly according to your specifications. We can also perform these quality audits at our warehouse in North Carolina as well, if you want to do it after the items arrive. All right. Now, if you really are just getting started and you have a little bit more of a limited budget, I wanted to flag that Pietra does have a print-on-demand store. So print-on-demand is a great way to get started if you are working with a little bit more of a limited budget. You might want to just slap a logo on kind of a more standardized piece of clothing or accessory like a hat or a coffee mug. Our product design studio is pretty flexible, low cost, and it will allow you to add light customizations to your item and have that product produced at a pretty low cost. And the other benefit of print on demand is your customer, your item's not going to be produced until your customer actually purchases it. So if you are working with a little bit more of a limited budget, this can be a great option. I would encourage you to explore print on demand, and this is actually available with even a free membership. Okay, going back to the homepage now. Just to recap, 2 bits of homework for everybody who is just getting started. Number 1, browse the sourcing page and refine your product design and connect with some suppliers. Number 2, get your website built or purchased, whether that is on Shopify or using a different host for that website. Really important for anybody who's going to be launching an e-commerce brand to have a website. Okay, so I'm going to skip over order fulfillment for just a bit here because it tends to be a little bit beyond the scope of a beginner audience, but I'll circle back here just to give you a summary of what's included in order fulfillment. For the next little bit here, I want to cover our marketing tools. So these are really powerful tools that can actually help you keep tabs on what is being discussed in your corner of the market. And these are fully included in any membership, whether that's Essentials or Business membership. And to get started, I'm going to go into the track industry data section here. Okay, so when you sign up for Pietra Pulse, it's going to walk you through some really simple steps here, and we have some videos on the site as well to walk you through. But essentially what this tool does is it allows you to enter the social media handles of brands that you admire. If you have a website, you can provide your own information. And what we do here is we actually aggregate and summarize content that's been put out by these brands or people who have mentioned these brands, which is a great way for you to keep tabs on what's being discussed in the market and potentially create additional, social media that either mirrors this or looks a little bit different than what you see here. It's also a really helpful social media monitoring and customer service tool. Because you can see here on this comment thread here, you can see we've gathered all the positive customer feedback. There's quite a few happy customers responding to this one. On this Oliver Peoples post here, somebody has decided to post about their shipping issues. For example, this buyer might be in the Middle East. They might be confused about where, Oliver Peoples can and cannot ship. So what we do here is we gather a ton of information and summarize it for you in a really digestible way. Pretty fun to browse and see what other brands are putting out there. And it can save you a lot of time from having to sort through all of this by just scrolling Instagram or something like that. And then lastly, we actually suggest, based on the type of brand you identify yourself as or the brands that you want to track, influencers who you could work with, who might be excited to partner with you and create content with you if you wanted to send them free gifts in exchange for creating social media content. This is all included in the membership and included with the goal of helping you increase your audience and the number of people you can reach with your marketing content. Being a little slow for me here. Sometimes it does take a minute to update. And anytime you need to update your social media handles that you want to monitor, competitor handles that you want to monitor, or any hashtags or topics, you might be tracking a specific marketing campaign. For example, you can do that here. Great. And you can see here, for example, this Instagram creator, Kels, looks like she makes content that's closely related to Oakley sunglasses. And what we allow you to do is quickly pull up a given creator. You can check out their content. And then if you want to reach out to them, we'll pre-populate a message to them and they will respond if they're excited to work with you after they've checked out your brand. And again, sign up that takes about 2 minutes. It's a tool that we are updating every week and a really low-cost way to gather a ton of information about what's being discussed on social media in your corner of the market. And we'll also send you a weekly summary that tells you a little bit more about the highest performing content that's out there, the best videos, if there are any themes that are being discussed and identified. We'll share all that information with you. That'll arrive directly in your inbox every week. Okay, so that is Pulse. Again, connected with influencers, monitoring organic content, suggesting customer bases for you to reach out to based on your brand's profile. Okay, very quickly. So also included in your membership are 2 additional marketing tools. So number 1, we have an email list builder, which allows you to grow your email list automatically by tracking visitors to your website and gathering their email addresses and providing that information to you. This is about a 3-minute setup. And then Retail Connect. Is actually a tool that helps you find retailers who are a good match for your brand in your region, who you can connect with and potentially partner with to sell your product in their stores. Okay. You'll see here, oftentimes local businesses will come up. I've never heard of Fabulous Fannies, but it looks like an eyewear boutique. What we'll basically do here is pull their Instagram information, gather their phone number if you want to reach out to them, make a sales call, and give you the opportunity to partner with them and identify new potential partnerships much more quickly than you'd be able to if you just manually searched on Google Maps or bought paid marketing distribution lists. Okay. So key takeaway here is, even though you might just be getting started and you might be focused on product design and sourcing, these marketing tools are available and included in your membership, and you can begin taking advantage of their benefits right away. Okay, a couple of questions here. I'm going to go ahead and ask, how are the suppliers vetted? Are there reviews available from other business owners who have used them? Yes. So we have a supplier management team based in both the United States and China that is constantly checking in with our suppliers and confirming they are trained on the Pietra platform, verifying they can make what they say they make. And then we also have a number of reviews that you can check out on Pietra. You won't be able to search a lot of these factories on Google, for example. They just don't have listings like that. But you can always review the product capabilities and the reviews from other Pietra users, and these are real reviews here. Okay. So anytime a supplier has an issue, for example, if they're not responding within their quoted response times, our supplier management team will be notified, and they will contact the supplier. And if they don't meet our quality standards, they will be delisted from the platform. Okay, a couple questions about fulfillment. I'll circle back on that, Alice. And great, it looks like we're all caught up on questions. We appreciate the questions. Thank you. Okay. All right. So the last couple of minutes here, I'm going to focus on our content creation studio. And this is a very cool and new and powerful tool that allows you and your team to create multiple marketing assets to be used for Instagram posts, advertising, campaigns, whatever you want to use them for, using our AI generative content studio. And essentially what you'll do when you sign up for this tool is you'll be asked to provide your website URL. And if you have a Shopify site, we will import all of your product listings and stock photos for you. If you don't have a website yet, or you're not ready to do that, you can upload products individually. You'll see some sample products here. And essentially what our content studio does is you can take a stock image, and we provide some guidance here. Would strongly encourage everybody to take a look at the self-service instructions for getting set up. Take a stock image here. Select what type of photo you want. Oops. Let's see what's going on here. Okay, great. Let's use a sample one. One moment here. I'm just going to switch accounts so I can show you. Okay. Thanks for bearing with me 1 second there. So you can see here, using this one image of the boxers, or that image of the dress or the shoes, you can create multiple photo shoots featuring the same products on different models with different backgrounds that you can use to create marketing campaigns and use for your social media marketing campaigns as well. Okay, so this can be a really cost-effective way to generate multiple marketing assets, maybe from one photo shoot, or if you wanted to share multiple variations of an image. something that's maybe going to be just shown on Instagram Reels for 24 hours and then disappear. Really cost-effective way. We even allow you the ability to take still photos and create animated images from them. Let's see this nice one of her walking down the street. And I would say for folks who have checked this out, but maybe have not yet had a lot of success, I would strongly encourage taking a look at these beginner guides here. We have some FAQ articles, and we also have some advice about providing the best input to get the best results. Alice, I'm not quite sure I understand your question about creating a video of a specific type of woman. You might have to submit a more detailed prompt. I'd have to look at the account individually to be able to sort that through. But you can see here we're capable of generating images of varying ethnicities, varying poses, varying settings. So definitely a lot of capabilities here. And again, all included in your membership. Okay, so as you're browsing around, maybe you're on your free trial, make sure you take advantage of these marketing tools. And they are really, fun to use. And once you get the hang of it, you can create some really, really excellent content for very, very low cost. Okay. All right. I saw a couple of questions about shipping fees, taxes, tariffs, etc. Yeah, so great question. So anytime you make a purchase on Pietra, the supplier is going to generate an invoice here, and there will be shipping fees associated with that order because that item is coming from far away. You will pay the shipping, and you can discuss the preferred shipping method for the items, whether you want it to be shipped by boat or by air freight. Discuss that directly with your supplier, and they will quote you how much the shipping will cost. There is sales tax, and then there is a small order processing fee that Pietra will take. Now, when it comes to tariffs, and tariffs are kind of a topic that is changing quite a bit week to week. If your items have duties or taxes or tariffs due at the time of crossing the border, you will be contacted and charged those tariffs. So if, for example, you are importing a taxable good from China, that duty will not be included in the purchase price. You will be charged that by the importing Customs and Border Patrol of the importing country. So if you're shipping from China to the US, that duty will be due to you at the time the item arrives at the port, and you'll be contacted by that. It's very difficult, near impossible, to calculate what will be due because it's determined at the port of entry. Okay, so everything besides, and this is to answer Teresa's question about shipping fees, taxes, tariffs, everything apart from tariffs will be shown in your invoice here, including the shipping, but the tariff will be due after the items are shipped. Okay. Now, if you are worried about tariffs, we have a number of suppliers here that are based in the US. You can always filter by geography. If you're looking for made in the USA, you can filter by that parameter. Just know that the per unit prices for US made items typically are higher cost than if the items were produced overseas, like in China, for example. Okay, but then you won't pay any duties or tariffs. So that's really a decision that you, as the purchaser, will need to make. Okay. And then lastly, when it comes to order fulfillment, so just know that Pietra is not a drop shipper. Pietra operates a full service 3PL, third party logistics company. So we can handle all of your item storage and order processing for you. When the time comes to make a purchase of a production run, your supplier will give you the option to ship your items to Pietra for fulfillment, or you can ship them to a different address of your choosing. Just note that if you decide to partner with us as a fulfillment service provider, we will partner with you to ensure your onboarding goes smoothly. So you'll be assigned a contact at the warehouse, which is based in North Carolina. We'll put you through an onboarding process to ensure all of your shipping rules are put in place. And there are a lot of videos here as well to give yourself an overview of how the fulfillment process will work. And also, when the time comes to receive your items, if you have a Shopify store set up, we will actually sync your Shopify website or your Wix website to our order processing software, and we'll automatically fulfill any orders that come in for you. Okay. And then a question about pre-sale here. So yes, we definitely can accommodate pre-sales. And what typically you would do is you would set up the pre-sale in your Shopify. You would set up your product listing in Shopify and sell those items before anything actually arrived. And then when your items arrive to Pietra and you have the inventory to actually ship, we would retroactively import those orders and then just take care of the order fulfillment for you. So pre-sale is definitely something we can accommodate. If you wanted to set up a pre-sale, we actually have a pretty straightforward guide here on the website, set up a pre-sale. So Erica, if that's a specific question that you have now and you're getting ready to ship items, you're ready to go live and begin selling a particular SKU, check this set up pre-sale article out. It's a pretty straightforward way to set it up. Okay. And yes, Alex, you had questions about choosing a supplier. How does fulfillment work? Do you have links to the packaging and fulfillment information? I would just encourage you to take some time on the education tab. We have hour-long webinars on fulfillment, for example, as well as our beginner guides here. Tons of information for you to use to self-study. Okay, great. Well, I appreciate everybody going a couple of minutes over with me. I hope everybody learned something today. And please don't hesitate to reach out to our support team. Really great way to reach out to them is just via this chat window here. You'll see links to the quick start guides. You can always send us a message and we'll respond within a day. I'm happy to help you select the right plan or nudge you in the right direction. I hope everybody has a good day. Thank you.